Hello, Joe here once again, because it's Flash Gala, so that means the new characters. Obviously we're never entirely sure who we're getting during Flash Gala, maybe someone related to the rerun of the Romeo and Juliet event. Who knows, but let's take a look. After I sign in. Kaguya, okay. In Wind. Oh, in Wind. Oh, is she grand? Is she good? Because Guild War, Wind Guild War is in like, what, 5 days or something? And Paris, yeah, so, yeah, a character from the Romeo and Juliet event. That's it. Okie doke. Anyone who else is on rate up? Grimnir and Ewe are on rate up, okay. What am I doing? Okay, so take a look at their weapons as always. Oh, she is grand. So bonus echoes on Ogi. That's new. 30% win to primal weapon skills. Huh. I was going to say that's similar to the Michael passive, but it's not, because it only affects primal. It doesn't affect Magna. So what are the other skills? Small Fandango and big amplifying boost to wind allies' normal attack damage. Huh. Okay, so according to the wiki, at skill level 15 this is a 3%. It says amplify, so I'm assuming Seraphic. But it is affected by Summon Aura. So the 3% I'm guessing is just base without taking Summon Auras into account. So that could be pretty strong if you're using... Trying to do like quick mental math in my head, which is really hard because I suck at math, and also like doing percentage math is difficult as well. But I'm gonna say even with like double Zephyrus, it's probably not going to be quite on par with a Seraphic, but it might. It's probably gonna be at least like over, like getting it to like 10-15%, which is pretty decent, especially if you have multiple of them, which if this stacks, which it does, up to 90% apparently, so... Oh, I just know, so this stacks up to 30%. So maybe that goes, so maybe you're going to get roughly 10%-ish per weapon copy, I don't know, like maths is hard, so I'll let people figure it out, but this seems like a really good weapon. Not for Magna, like this is basically going to be useless in Magna. Like you don't use much in the way of like the Qinglong Spear maybe is about the only like normal mod weapon offhand that I can think of that sees much use in Magna. So, and obviously this is not going to be boosted by Magna, so... But for Primal, this seems very, very strong. You're probably going to want at least 2 of them. Possibly even 3, because like I said, this does stack up to 90%. And this stacks up to 30, but you could maybe get closer to that with just 2. But yeah, that seems like a very, very strong weapon for Primal. Then Paris's Earth Sword, multi-attack rate stackable on Ogi, medium crit and stun counter, whatever. That's whatever weapon. Okay, let's take a look at Paris first. So we'll leave Kaguya for last. So he's in Earth, which is interesting because that means you can't use him with like Romeo or Juliet because they're water and light. But anyways, Ogi, massive earth damage to foe. Paris dodges all attacks from foes one time. 20% boost to charge bar. Okie doke. Skill 1, substitute effect. Caster, dodge and counter effect for 2 hits. Supplemental damage. Consumes 30% of charge bar. Boosts the number of counterattacks based on affinato level. Okay, doke. Cool. Earth damage to foe. Remove one buff when affinato level is at 5. Activates twice. Cool. Double dispel. Nice. Skill 3, attack without using up a turn. Additional effect when affinato level is at 5. Bonus earth damage. Affect to caster 1 time. Deal triple attacks. Okay. And this passive substitutes for the ally with the lowest HP. Interesting. Boosted dodge rate upon being targeted by a foe. Stackable. 10% boosted charge bar. Raise affinato level by 1. Max 5. Based on affinato level. Boost to attack and multi-attack rate. Bonus earth damage effect. Wiki is not updated, so we don't know what this attack boost is. But otherwise, he seems okay. He's a dodge tank. Who, my question is this: is this 2 hits, but it has a 4-turn thingy? So is that 2 hits per turn for 4 turns, or is it just a static 2 hits total that lasts for 2 turns? I'm gonna probably assume the latter. The former would be very nice, but I don't see them giving that to him. Yeah, Wiki isn't fully updated, so I don't know what this supplemental damage effect is. I'm going to assume probably like 30 to 50k. I can't see it being much higher than that. I'm just trying to see. So he wants to get this stacking thing up. It goes up by 1 whenever he dodges. He gets a dodge all on Ogi, and stackable dodge rate once when he gets targeted. So don't know what the max is of that is, because again, Wiki isn't fully updated. But yeah, he seems okay. He seems like a decent dodge tank for a non-limited character. There are probably much better options in Earth if you have access to more of the limited grands, seasonals and what have you, but he seems okay. This is probably going to take at least 5 turns to ramp up, because you're only going to get one of these per turn. Otherwise, he seems okay. The main thing is he doesn't really have much in the way of actual sustain. Like, he's always going to be substituting for someone. So in non-AoE attacks, which in water in particular, I don't remember off the top of my head. I was going to say like Levy Malice, but I don't think that's not like a super relevant fight these days. Has like those random like multi-hit autos that aren't true AoE, so he would just take all of that. But he doesn't really have much in the way of like any defense boosts or any like healing or anything. So depending on the fight, depending on, I'm assuming if he has the lowest HP, then he just wonder if he has like a permanent sub if he has the lowest HP. But yeah, unless his his innate dodge rate once you get this up is like really high, like the fact he doesn't have anything other than dodge means that he's maybe going to struggle with sustain a bit, just because, like I said, he doesn't have anything except for dodges to mitigate damage. Like he doesn't have any defense boosts or anything like that. So, not sure. Yeah, not sure on that one. He seems, his double dispel is nice, but that takes some time to ramp up, and Yeah, otherwise he seems a little bit mid. Which is kinda par for the course for non-limited Earth characters. But anyway, new Grand 5 days before Guild War. Is she good? Kaguya, who previously was a summon in Water and Light, is now in Wind. Let's see, so her Ogi is massive wind damage to a full 1 turn cut to Kaguya's skill cooldowns. Very cool. It's bonus wind damage effect 1 time to the ally with Heavenly Winds effect. We'll find out what that is in a second, I'm sure. Heavenly Winds effect to another wind ally. Can't recast. So, what does it do? Wind attack is boosted, can't be removed. Attacks made with elemental superiority have a chance to deal boosted damage, so crit? I'm assuming, yeah. Supplemental damage to critical hits, which is... It doesn't say... That's keen, but it's a different icon and stuff, so I'm assuming it stacks, maybe? Normal attacks deal 2 hit damage to random foes, recovers 1 summon... Okay. So right off the bat, I'm going to assume that she works very well with Grand Nirmaya. Because... Giving Grand Nirmaya split... Just forget everything else, giving Grand Nirmaya split autos is kind of nutty. And then it gives her echoes and more echoes as well when she Ogis. But anyway, moving on. Skill 2. Boost to Wind Allies defense and debuff resistance, refresh effect. Skill changes to Miracles of the Moonlight upon casting. Which, okay, so you cast this, which gives 5 turns of defense, debuff resistance, and refresh, and then it changes to this Miracle Moonlight effect to Wind Allies, which is... Okay, just a permanent version. So does the cooldown like transfer over? Like, do you have to cast this and then wait? Not 13 turns because it goes down when she Ogis, but you have to then wait a bunch to be able to cast this again. Maybe if you're Ogi enough, that basically lines up with this kind of running out. But we'll see if we have numbers in a sec. And skill 3. 3 hit wind damage to all foes, lightning rebuke effect. Boost the lightning rebuke's effect specs upon each cast. What is that? Attack, defense, debuff, resistance, and accuracy are lowered. Damage taken is supplemented. Level rises upon each cast. Max 3 can't be removed. Okay, permanent debuff. Her passives. When Miracles of the Moonlight effect is granted, boost to Kaguya's attack and multi-attack rate and bonus wind damage effect. Okay, when the ally with Heavenly Winds effect uses a charge attack, 20% boost to Kaguya's charge bar and CA reactivation. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm just thinking like Grand Nirmaya doesn't Ogi that often because she doesn't get charge bar on her normal attacks. So like this effect is very nice on Grand Nirmaya, but obviously if you're wanting her to Ogi more often to get these skill cooldowns down, particularly this one, maybe not the best character to give it to. Okay. Let's see if we have numbers. So Heavenly Wind is a 30% wind attack, 100% chance of 20% crit rate, and keen. And then auto revive as well. We don't have this yet. So, but yeah, she seems pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure don't have numbers for this yet. I'm going to assume this is maybe like a perpetuity attack mod or something. But for shorter fights, at least, you definitely want to give this to Grand Naru, I would assume, because obviously you want her to Ogi quite often, so that you can get the cooldown and get this up quickly. Like, I'm assuming like, there's no way to actually tell for sure, but I'm like 100% positive that you cast this and then it goes on cooldown, and then once it comes off cooldown, it changes to this. So you still need to wait for the cooldown to get the second one, but depending on your like, if you gave this to like MC and we're using like Relic Buster or Kengo or something, like she could be oging pretty often, which would get this down pretty quickly. But then obviously Kengo isn't going to make the greatest use of this. Like, Kengo does have triple strike, but you're not using that every time. You're mostly using Kengo for echoes, not echoes, ogies rather. But yeah, there's probably some interesting setups you can do depending on what character you give this to. But obviously, the immediate standout would be Granblue, just because, like I said, more than anything else, giving her split autos is really nice, and as well as this is a source of echoes that would presumably stack with basically everything else as well, which would just amp Granblue up even more. Some minor skull damage stuff, which in wind is nice because of beaks, but it's only 3 hits, so it's not going to be huge, I don't think. Can't really tell because we don't have the actual damage cap for this. But we wouldn't like to know numbers for this, because a permanent attack, defense, and debuff resistance. This is all nice, and obviously supplemental is nice. I'm going to assume this is not going to be huge. Maybe like 5k per stack. So like 15k supplemental. Maybe that's on the low end, I'm not sure. I mean, she is a brand new Grand, so maybe this is like really strong. Like, can you imagine if this was like 50k a stack? That would be nuts. I don't think it's going to be that. That would be crazy. But she seems really good, and she's probably going to be really good for Guild War because, like I said, I'm gonna say the shorter nightmare fights, possibly even 150. For people who are like really highly invested in wind. Just giving this to Granblue and just mash for a few turns would probably be enough to kill it. Yeah, so yeah, plus her weapon is, again, if your primal wind, her weapon seems like absolute must-have. Like at least 2 of them, maybe even 3. Which so yeah, there's your just before Guild War power creep. Hope you've saved some draws and weren't excited for anything for Halloween, because I might throw some pools, see if I get her, but I'm probably just going to save for Halloween characters because there's usually a really strong character there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and till next time, I will see you later. Bye.